do you have or did you have a favorite Halloween movie? Kind of did address this, but we can talk more about this.
Yes. Growing up, I did have a favorite Halloween movie, and it was called Mostly Ghostly. Who Let the Ghouls Out by Rich Cornell. Yes. The movie is a Disney movie, and it's a horror film.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I never would hear that together, Disney and horror.
Right. I first watched it in middle school, and I instantly fell in love with the film.
Yeah.
After that, watching it once, I've watched it every single year, especially during, on Halloween, and I plan on watching it next week.
Oh.
Honestly, I recommend anybody that's into Halloween films, and maybe Disney Halloween films or child Halloween films, to watch that film with their little siblings, nieces, nephews, children. It's a really, really good film, and you can never get bored of it. Like, there's always new things to notice, and,
Yeah.
It's amazing. I honestly love that movie. What about you?
I definitely should check out that movie. And for me, though, the first one that comes up to my mind that we watch all the time with my family is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we love that film. It's just so beautiful, and the music there as well. I just really appreciate that. And there was another Halloween movie. I'm trying to remember, but I can't seem to recall it right now, but Book of Life is definitely on there. Right.
As well,
It's just oh my gosh. The two characters from there, Xibalba and La Muerte, my two favorites. They're just, oh my god, such beautiful lovebirds.
Yes.
Yeah, but those are my two movies. Okay, Iyore, do you believe that this generation has lost the Halloween spirit? And do you believe that people are passionate about Halloween today as they were 10 years ago?
Ooh.
So those two questions, yeah.
Right. Really, really good question. I do believe a lot of people have lost the Halloween spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like COVID has also played a part in that.
Yeah.
But aside from COVID, I do believe people have lost the Halloween spirit. I've noticed, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have as well. Every year, more and more people stop celebrating Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be like 10 years ago, literally streets would be decorated, lights everywhere. You knew where to take your children or yourself, Halloween, trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Now I feel like every street has one home that has like some type of decorations up, and the rest of the street is pretty much dead. Nobody wants to celebrate. And I think it's maybe people are tired. Or, no, I honestly think it's just people are tired, People have things going on in their life. COVID hit. Some people have lost their jobs, honestly. They have other things to be worrying about right now,
exactly.
So, I do feel like people have lost the Halloween spirit, and they're not really as passionate, I've noticed, as they were 10 years ago. And I think the sad part of that is, I understand people are tired, but looking back on our childhood, that was a big, I wouldn't say event, but it was a big part of our childhood, Anybody can talk about when they went trick-or-treating, or even if they didn't go trick-or-treating, them dressing up at school, But specifically talking about trick-or-treating, everyone has stories about that growing up. And I feel like us not actually celebrating it as adults, and not passing out candy, we're taking that experience away from this new generation, They're not really getting that experience anymore. They're not able to go trick-or-treating, see the beautiful decorated homes, It's like we're kind of killing their little Halloween spirit. And I feel like we, as a whole, should try more, Think about the children.
Yeah.
When we were children, we were so excited. And, these kids, we should also let them be excited and partake in this event, this holiday. So I feel like people should try more. And I think I'm definitely going to do that. Maybe put up some decorations and start passing out candy this year. Because I remember last year, I had a few little kids come up to me, and my whole street, nobody decorated. It was so sad.
Wow.
These kids came up, and you could tell they were kind of sad, and like they have been going around homes, and no one's passing out candy. And they knocked on my door, and they said, "Do you guys have candy?"
Oh
not even
God, it's not even trick or treat.
Not even trick or treat. Exactly.
That's so heartbreaking.
And I told them, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I don't have candy." And you could tell that they looked so disappointed. You could tell that they have been walking for a long time, and they barely had any candy in their bags. And it made me sad because that was not my experience growing up, I was excited. If you brought up Halloween, oh, yes, I did this. I got this much candy. But looking at these kids, they're a reflection of so many kids that barely got to celebrate Halloween because we're tired. We're not really celebrating it in, So I feel like as a whole, we definitely should try better for this new little generation.
Yeah, wow, Iyore, that truly is, like, such an important message. Like, I didn't think of it this way, When I was younger, I had those fun times and whatnot, and I'll admit, as I've grown older, I've gotten a bit lazier and tired, like, to put in that effort. But thinking of it this way, it's like, these holidays and celebrations, it's not only about you. It's not only about your family.
Right.
But it's about the future families,
right.
and it's about the other families outside of your own home that are experiencing these special holidays. So we have to do that as a favor for them, to put in a little bit of effort. Whether it's going full on out and decorating our homes, it's just having some candy prepared to be passed out for those kids. I'm going to make sure some kids visiting my door get candy now, thanks to you. Definitely. And to answer the question, if I believe this generation has lost the Halloween spirit, I'd say yeah, even before COVID. And now I remembered the other movie I wanted to mention, and you'll all see why I'm mentioning it now. Hocus Pocus.
Love that movie.
I love Hocus Pocus. I watched it 2 days ago with my cousin and his girlfriend, and it's just such a beautiful movie. And fun fact, I actually discovered it this year.
Oh.
I never knew about it before. I never watched it in my childhood. I watched it now, this year, and it's just like, it's one of my favorites, right? But besides that, I think why I'm bringing this up is because I really, by watching that movie, see how much our spirit for Halloween has gone down.
Yes.
Right? Because I don't know if it's just about the 90s that was this way, but it's just, everything was so lively in that movie, right? Like, all the houses were decorated, all the kids were, like, going together, having fun, knowing that they were safe, right? And it's just, even the parents were participating in Halloween, right?
They were.
Yes.
They were even, what is the word? They even were dressed up.
Yes.
In the movie.
Exactly.
And they're literally in their homes and they're dressed up,
Yes.
And it makes children excited seeing that.
And they also had their own party. They weren't afraid to go have a Halloween party and just, jam on and whatnot.
Right.
So it's just, that's why I love that movie, because it makes me feel nostalgic for a time I wasn't part of. And it's just like, I wish we had that nowadays, I even remember telling my cousin, like, when I was watching that scene where the parents are having that big party and whatnot, I was like, I really wish there was a Halloween party like this. Like, I would love to go to something like that.
Right.
So that's why I brought up the movie. It definitely shows how our spirit was different back then.
Right.
And yeah, now we can move on to some fun facts about Halloween.
Definitely. Here's one fun fact.
Yes.
Trick-or-treating comes from souling.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Another is Halloween folklore is full of fortune-telling and magic. And yes, that does tie back in with, remember that, I'm trying to remember which of the countries had brought this up, but it was the one with the buttons, right?
Yes.
It was, oh yes, I remember now. It's Ireland. They had, start with the letter B, but that's okay. I'll probably refresh that on there. Yeah, it was the fruit cake that contained coins and buttons and rings, and it was all related to fortune telling,
right?
Too. So I found that pretty interesting. All right, what's some other fun facts?
Another one. I don't know how true this is, but the White House is haunted, and I'm not surprised.
Say what?
I am not surprised.
You're okay. Let's hear it. Why are you not surprised?
I mean, I honestly don't hear people really talk about it, but just seeing how big it is and how many presidents live there and just the history behind the house, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a spirit lingering around the halls.
You know what? I learned about something this year called the Silver Horn. I think, hold on, I may need to, the Silver Horn White House. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just double checked, and it is called the silver horn, and basically it's this artifact that's been kept in an enclosed glass case of a silver horn, and apparently when you blow on this horn, you summon the first founding fathers or something like that to help you during the time you've blown this horn. And the only reason you can blow this horn is when the world is facing the most peril, or facing the most chaos, or the president is truly at a loss at what they should do. That's when you blow the horn and you summon the founding fathers, and they tell you what to do.
Wow.
Isn't that... So now thinking about it, like, knowing about the silver horn, it's just... It kind of does make sense.
Right.
That it could be haunted, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And no one has blown the silver horn yet, obviously, or else we would have known about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know,